Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, or
Bang.
good afternoon to wherever you guys are listening from. And welcome to the Quiver podcast. Today, I am joined by Vic. Say hi.
Yellow. Yellow.
Hello. Hello, Vic. Parang masaya ka, Vic, ah.
Siyempre.
Ano nangyari today?
8859 ba?
8859. 8859. Oh, 88,
Oh,
7216. Dalawa pa. Bakit? Sweep eh. Sweep tayo sa UP
alright.
ngayong araw na to kaya masaya.
Yung Zobel
Masaya.
lang yung Zobel lang yung iba.
Meron
And
pala
ano,
laro kanina, Zobel. Di ko alam. Green Hills, panalo din Green Hills kanina.
Oh,
Oh,
Green
yun
Hills
na.
panalo
Yun
din.
yung content.
Panalo din
Yun yung
Green Hills
content.
kanina.
Joke
Panalo
lang.
Green Hills
Joke lang.
kanina.
No, yun.
And yeah, and Brian is here, and we are recording this before we get our hearts broken tonight in the
Yes.
Manchester United versus Liverpool game. So
Ni
here we
hao.
are.
I'm back. Ni hao.
Ni hao, we're back. All right. Um, what a performance by the Green Archers today. 72-69, the final score. Gritty win. Fantastic. Um, Nothing much we can hope for about this. And the boys end the first round at 4-3. Maybe before we talk about the game, we asked, of course, some questions to our fans on Instagram. So maybe Brian, you can go through that entire fan take,
Of
and please
course.
continue to engage with us. We love our fans. To all the people who say hi to us, um, like after the
Hi
game,
ulit.
we like thank you. Just say hi to us. Sometimes you forget to ask your names, but for sure, like we really appreciate it. So maybe Brian, go ahead.
Yes, of course. So on Instagram, I asked the question, how does that win make you feel? And we have responses. First from Francis Luis Pasigan, he said that, I feel that from this on, makukuha na po ng momentum heading to round two. Miko Manalo said, and I think Willie will like this answer, they played with intensity and may libog. And of course, a friend of the podcast and friend of the player of the game, Luis Pablo Patrice Davao said, glad I never doubted. Of course,
Nah.
we are glad too. We never doubt too. So yeah. And Chino Soliman said, sarap. Of course, like beating UP always makes us happy this time. Nung frosh ako, hindi. Parang routine lang yun. But of course, times change. And lastly, on YouTube, of course, there's this comment from Kisan Briones. She said, this is the DLSU Green Archers I know. Finally, I was expecting Pablo to step up. Ganda, ganda ng laro. Ito yung gustong laro na alam mong lumaban hanggang sa huli. Yeah, so that really encapsulates how the fan base feels at this point, especially, it's not been an easy season, but look at how the standings are shaping up. Diba? Gio.
Yeah, and I think like if you think about, we're talking about parity here. Like maybe for the last few seasons, it was very clear that LaSalle and UP were ahead of everyone else. But we have to give credit to all the other schools that have improved their program and have have gone on and really challenged the two teams, and it's great. It's good for the UAAP. I'm not gonna deny it. In fact, like I always tell the guys here is that if NU did not injure got if did not get injured in the first game last season, I think NU would have been a very difficult team last year. So and now you can see how they're reaping the benefits of this. So I don't want to discredit the other schools. Every school has come out to compete, which is really good, and it makes the UAP a little bit more enjoyable. I mean, let's face it, aren't we? I mean, as LaSalle fans, like obviously we want to be 7-0 and on top of the standings, all of these things, but because we did not start particularly well this season, we're at 4-3. We're still tied at third, and we have a very good chance of progressing, and having a good second round behind us would lead to um, not just a Final Four appearance, but also potentially a twice to beat advantage, and that's completely within our control. So that's something that's exciting for us. Now, let's focus on the game. Let's talk about the win between over UP earlier. Now, a lot of people from the LaSalle community are saying that this is gonna be like a real make or break game for us. Especially after USD lost yesterday. So now this would automatically like put us in contention of, hey, are we swinging the right way towards Final Four, or are we going to have a difficult second round and make it and come off with a loss? And the boys responded very well with Kian and Mason out, and what a performance that was. So let's do it quarter by quarter, okay? And maybe I'll start here. Like on the first quarter, DLSU was 1-3 when allowing 25 plus points in a quarter. We're now 2-3. And and maybe I'll start with you, Vic. You kept talking about we needed to make defensive adjustments prior to this game. Were you pleased with the defensive adjustments immediately in the first quarter? But also, so you can start with the defensive adjustments, but also talk about offense. Like what was the new look, quote unquote, new look Archers today, Vic?
Actually, no first quarter, we're still mixing man and zone. Actually, buong first half, we are still mixing man and zone. And just like yung past few games natin, we are having difficulty containing opponents. So, I think there's no other choice for you naman, but if your man-to-man defense is not working, then you will have to shift to a zone defense. And I think we're quick enough naman to sustain our zone defense na hindi naman siya yung hindi siya yung stationary. It's still a matchup zone pa rin naman, but advantage din to what our strengths are. So yun yung ano ko nakita kong good defensive adjustment that we did. Yun yung nag-work for us nung first half. Bale. But on offense, I'm just happy with Luis working his tail off tonight. Meron siya mid-range jumper kanina, meron din siyang under the basket moves kanina. I'm just so happy that he responded at the biggest of games na kailangan niya mag-respond. Knowing what we'll expect from the UP crowd na dun siya nanggaling, and then now playing for us, we yung mental state ba ni Luis, I have to really commend him coming in prepared in this game. And ang okay sa atin was that I felt like kahit 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 UP led towards the end of the first quarter, they had a good finish no first quarter, pero at that point you can see na hindi tayo masyadong, we don't get rattled in such a way na we don't rush things. Unlike in our other games now, we still try to play up tempo, whether lamang kalaban or lamang tayo, we try to rush things. We try to rush things on offense. Now, kahit good finish si UP ng first quarter, we try to keep ourselves composed and we stuck to our game plan. So so far that's what I can say nung first quarter natin.
Okay, okay, good. So I think you touched on Pablo earlier, and what a performance from Patrice Luis Pablo, and then uh, what a performance from Luis Pablo, and that's what you're looking for a former juniors MVP, and who
Yeah,
and coming from our
sobra.
ranks as well, to come in and really put in a great performance, and even his mid-range shots, grabe. Coach Renren really worked on that towards the last few games, and the free throw shooting was also pretty decent, all things considered. Okay, now Brian, let's talk about the second quarter. And the second quarter was, nip and tuck. UP was leading all the way until all of a sudden we pulled away with a good run towards the end of the quarter, um, ending with a Goliana layup. What do you think the Archers did differently during the second quarter to stifle UP?
I want to highlight one defensive move that led to a score for us, which was Jacob Cortez disrupting the inbound that led to a fast break. And that kind of capped how the quarter ended. We, when given the opportunity to run, we ran against UP because we know that they can do that too. So if they can do that too, we should do our best to do that kind of running as well, leading to easy baskets, quick and easy baskets. So to me, that really encapsulated how we finished the half. Of course, when we led by 5 points at halftime, no one would think that the game is far from that the game is settled. Of course not, especially with how UP tends to play the third and the fourth this season. Alam mo na may second gear sila after halftime. But at the same time, it was nice for us to go five ahead rather than five behind. Therefore, you can have a cushion when that UP rally takes place, diba? So for me, that was a great way to really get the half closed. It settled the nerves, and although it didn't instantly allow us to pull away, as how the third quarter would transpire, which we'll discuss shortly, I'm still praiseful of the boys for not allowing UP to totally pull away, because at that moment, 3 minutes to go, they were up five after Rema got three, making it 41-36. If we couldn't close that quarter properly, as we've seen in other quarters in the earlier games of the first round, that could easily balloon to 10, 12, 15, diba? But thankfully it happened na tayo yung nagsara nung half stronger. And I believe that really helped everyone's confidence coming into the second half.
A very interesting thing that was happening throughout this game was that our team was intentionally slowing the pace down, which is, if you know this team, if you know the teams of the last 3 seasons, we thrive run and gun. We like it fast. But to slow things down was actually very beneficial to us. Sige. So thanks for that, Brian. Now before we move, we go into the next half. Um, Talk about Mike Phillips a little bit more in the second quarter because man, that second quarter was so long. As in, grabe. I think it was easily 45, 50 minutes as a quarter. Like, defined slowdown talaga eh. But still, we somehow won. But I want to talk about Mike Phillips a little bit. There was this really, I still don't think that was a unsportsmanlike foul.
Yes.
Like, I still don't think that was an unsportsmanlike foul.
Oh,
What do
God.
you think, guys? What do you think about that?
Sige, ako na. Uh, what I can only recall was natulak si Mike ni Gani, and that sequence kasi yun yung from my point of view where I was seated. Hindi ko talaga alam kung anong nakita ng ref. I wish I wish I wish pinakita nila sa Jumbotron kanina or dun sa ano ng sa LCD LED ng Araneta. I wish pinakita nila para mas malinaw kasi hindi ko talaga alam saan nanggaling yung tawag nila. Because hindi ko alam kung nasaan yung hindi ko alam kung nasaan yung contact. I was I was really fuming. So hindi ko alam kung anong nakita ng reps ko.
Okay, I will complement that perspective. Kasi ako sa TV ako nanonood. So tired from this week. I think they um, interpreted Mike trying to break his fall na sumabit yung arm niya or something, part of his body on Noruka. They interpreted it as probably unnecessary to an extent. That's why maybe they ruled it a non-sportsmanlike foul. In that interpretation, I don't agree with, but just trying to understand how they decided matters. Perhaps that was the view. And I think that was uncalled for because instinct lang ni Mike naman na ano na try to make his fall as gently as possible. Di naman siguro na-amplify lang din with how Naruka fell to the ground because of that minor incidental contact. And I guess because of how things have been going this season, the referees just decided that they had to upgrade it. And that was upgraded after UP motioned or demanded for it to be reviewed.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was quite a difficult moment for me because instead of having an inbound play for us, it led to 2 free throws which Naruka made and they had possession.
Last ball
I couldn't recall
possession.
now
Yes.
if I couldn't recall now if they converted. I probably they didn't, but regardless,
Wala tayong
it was
napala eh.
so
Wala
yeah,
tayong
exactly.
napala sa sequence na yun. Yun, kaya
So,
bad trip
so
ako.
I think for me, yes, there was contact. It could have been a foul, and it should have been a regular foul lang. But of course, I'm not the ref. Who knows if I become a better ref, mag-apply siguro muna ako, I don't know, petition to fund my referee schooling, but I'm not here right now, just this day. But that's how I see it, I think from the broadcast way of showing what happened.
Okay, so yeah, that was a really strange call from the ref. Like what would Mike do in the first place, diba? So strange, diba? All things considered. Okay.
Actually, may isa pa, if I may add. It's
Sige, go.
the Jerry Abadiano Mike Phillips collision in the second quarter too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
What happened there is a
talking point
non-call. I would be fine if Mike Phillips was called a foul because of the contact. I would also be fine,
Yes.
actually more fine
Same.
that Jerry
Same.
Abadiano would have been called for an offensive because there was that unnecessary chicken wing elbow, as we call it, diba? So it could have been either way. I think mas acceptable, of course, not just because we're LaSalle fans, but of course, Abadiano's contact is more unnatural than Phillips' contact. But at the same time, could have gone either way. But the referee siguro, minsan takot sila sa tawag. Because I think pag tinawagan mo, minsan may motion to review nga, maybe interpreted different ways. So minsan they let go of those things. Which is quite ironic because I think that was more of a foul than that Mike Phillips unsportsmanlike foul, diba? So it's really a lot of the referee, a lot of it leaves to be desired. But this is what we're given. At the end of the day, this is what we call breaks of the game. You make your own luck. And I guess we just have to make do with the officiating. Hope it still improves, but diba? Pero I mean, everyone's been calling it out. Some more colorful than others, diba? So let's work with it, I guess.
Sa akin, I would go na dapat foul si Mike kasi normally legal yun talaga for an offensive player. We normally see it pag ang ball handler goes out of the ball screen tapos pinapakiramdaman niya through the hip kung nasaan yung nagpa-follow sa kanya para more or less the ball handler can make better reads on what to do paglabas sa ball screen. So normally the defender na nagko-contact siya yung mas madalas na natatawagan for that case. Pero ang ano ko naman doon, although it's a normal basketball move, although ang tingin ko naman on that sequence, I think medyo inextend ni Jerry a little bit yung kanyang hip. So it's not kasi normal doon na you don't have to overextend your hip kasi dapat pag follow sa'yo ng defender mo, medyo mararamdaman mo na yan dapat eh. Kasi naka-follow siya sa'yo paglabas mo sa ball screen eh. But kanina kasi hindi ko maalala kung may screen, but parang parang fast break attempt na siguro na feel lang ni Abadiano na Mike will trail behind me and maybe trap me or something. So ang naging instinct niya is to do that move. Although yun nga from where I was seated, ang ano ko naman doon, medyo in-extend din niya medyo in-emphasize din niya yung pag-extend ng hips niya. So it's either pwedeng tawagan si Michael, pwedeng tawagan si Jerry. Pero I don't agree with the non-call. on that instance. Sobrang stupid na walang tawag. Kasi dapat either you call an offensive foul on Jerry or you call a defensive foul kay Mike. Hindi siya pwedeng non-call. So it's really a stupid event again.
My only perspective of that particular play is tingin ko binawi nila yung Mike Phillips unspo.
G, if that's what we're talking about, the bawi happened when JC Macalalag drove to the basket and got a foul. Feeling ko yun na yun kasi that was the nearest call after that Michael Phillips unspo. So feeling ko yun yung bawi nilang tawag.
Yeah. Kasi ano din like we know these NU these players from yung UP players, they tend to have those little small dirty plays and I guess because A, they didn't call it, and B, they allowed us to score kasi we scored immediately after. Diba?
Yeah, the early up.
The early up.
Advantage play ba? Naging advantage play ba, G?
No, parang naging advantage play.
Naging advantage play. Yes, correct. Yun yung pinakatamang term. Play on, yes. Yun yung pinakatamang term na nangyari.
Dapat ganun na lang pag nafa-foul tayo, no? Play on na lang lagi. Para
wala nang free throw. Play on, ref, play on. Wala nang free throw.
No, exactly, right? Exactly. So, I don't know. Like, I was thinking, parang, I found it so weird that, to your point there, I find it so weird that it wasn't called, but also, I found it weirder that we scored immediately after on a fast break layup, and I was like, ano kaya ginagawa nila? Ano kaya ginawa nila here? All right. Let's now talk about the third quarter. Okay, so the third quarter. Let's admit it. That's usually the quarter where we kind of mess up, and we allow the opponent to come back. Jacob went scoreless this period after a strong first half. But siguro maybe I'll ask Brian. Brian, what do you think happened in the third quarter? Like, go.
Well, UP scored 6 unanswered points to retake the lead.
Yeah.
So they set the tone there. They made it difficult for us. I think we were forced more turnovers to start, and that kind of lost our rhythm in that sense. They maximized the break. At the same time, I think Jacob, I'm not sure how many minutes he played in the third. But he was on the floor certainly at some times. So he obviously gets checked. There was this foul called on him. I think he pushed Jerry Abadiano. That was his frustration foul. I think it was the first or second. It was in the first half. So he knows the type of defense he will get, and that's expected. You're now option 1, period. You're no longer option 1A. Kasi before, he was option 1A, maybe option 1B in some games because of Baklaan. Now, with the Kian out for the season, Jacob really will get that kind of attention, and he has to get used to this because it's not only UP will treat him like this. Everyone in the league will treat him like this. And to be fair, he's played great game naman. Decent game. And let's not overhype what he did. He's alright. Like, it's not a bad game, I suppose. But what I liked about how we at least bridged this quarter is that this quarter could have been worse. We only scored 11 points in this quarter, and yet we were only down 3 after 30 minutes. In other games, we would have been down 12 or 15 if we scored that much. Especially this UP team, may engine sila after halftime. I don't know what they drink or eat, or anong magic gel yung pinapahid sa players nila, but they usually step it up a notch. I think it's their grit and it's their the dog in them that really makes them pick in the third. Maganda pagsabihan na sila nung halftime kung ano yung kailangan nila i-correct or kung ano yung kailangan nila i-use sa laro nila, pinapakita nila in the third. As we've seen in some of their games. Of course, this is not an exception, but I think this is where what I said earlier in this episode meant much more. It's better that we ended the half ahead than behind, because there will be moments like this, and buti nga ganun kasi we ended it down by 3. Yes, Vic.
Actually, para sa akin, yung third quarter sumama lang dahil sa dalawang tres ni Fortea. Take away those
Yung
two
panapos niya,
threes.
no? Yung panapos niya.
Just take away those two threes and the third quarter is not so bad as it seems. Kasi ano lang, ito, yun lang talaga yung difference maker ng third quarter, those back-to-back threes ni Terence. Unfortunately, both were defensive lapses na I hope we address in our upcoming games. Parang wala namang ibang gagawin si Terence but to shoot jumpers. When he tried attacking the basket kanina and si Jacob nasa harap lang niya, honest defense, challenge, he can't finish layups. So, alam mo na yun lang yung, if you know your opponent, alam mo na yun lang yung gagawin niya, make him put the ball on the floor already. Huwag mo nang bigyan ng opportunity to make jump shots. Mag-dribble ka dyan, bahala ka kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta hindi kita papatirahin from deep. Especially yung buzzer beat to end the third quarter. Nagkaroon ng defensive miscue doon si Doy and si EJ. So, nag-switch. But, instead of the switch, pareha silang sumama kay, I'm not sure if it's Alarcon or Abadjano, pareha silang sumama kay Jerry. And Terence was able to put up that shot. Pero yun lang, yung third quarter, it became bad because of those counter defensive lapses.
And I think there are a lot of very weird lapses by both teams, which is gonna be like thematically the fourth quarter also. Like I don't know how many times we passed the UP turned it over straight into like careless passes and stuff like that. Okay, so now let's talk about the fourth quarter. UP only scored 9 points in
Yeah.
the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And obviously we outscored them, which gave us the win. Um, let's talk about it. So basically, UP goes up six very early into the fourth quarter, and we slowly cut the lead down. Maybe Brian, talk about the narrative of the fourth quarter up until the heroics of Earl and Boris. So maybe you can start.
You know what this fourth quarter reminded me of? That season 86 Game 3 final. Lamang UP by a slim margin. They made the three-pointer, which CJ Cancino also did in that game, to kind of stretch the lead. But what we did is inch our way back, little by little, small ball plays. And then we even took the lead with the free throw, made 64-63. And then it was like a boxing game from there, like two trading punches, both making lapses and occasional well executed plays, to a point that yun nga yung sagutan ni Fortea at saka ni Abadab sa press kind of summed it up. It's just that yung difference is Earl got a foul from Fortea. Unfortunately, he couldn't convert the free throw. But it kind of set the tone na tipong who scores the next. Alam ko gusto ni Willie yun double 969 all shout out to Willie, of course. He's been really happy about that score. I did feel like whoever scores the next basket in that moment likely takes the win. And it was good for us that Boris Marasigan had that instinct to go for the second chance points straight away. Like, you don't take chances. Alam mo na pwede pumasok yung tira ng kakampi mo, pero pag sumablay, you want to be there. And have that easy putback. Which he did. But then, even in that moment, the game was far from over. There were miscues both sides. And I think we just really played solid defense. Made it difficult for UP to get their usual looks. They couldn't also go to their go-to guys. That last play kind of summed it up. Allowing Chico Briones to tie the game instead of Fortea, if I remember correctly. But we denied the best option. If Briones will hit that three against us, then it's okay because it's a calculated risk. So much so like yung Francis Lopez 3 that broke our backs in the game 3 of last season. I would still believe that was the best option in that moment, and just credit to Lopez for making that. I'm sorry for bringing up old scars, but that's just how it is, diba? Parang you always live with the best decision, and I think in both instances we made the best decision. It just so happens that sometimes opponents make them. And today's not that day, fortunately for us.
All right. So thanks for that, Brian. I want to zone in now on the hustle plays in the end. We're this season we haven't been a very good 3 point shooting team, and what I appreciate about this game in general was that even though UP's defense was tight on us, we tried our best to go inside and try to hit a closer shot. And I think that was been beneficial for us in this game. Now, I will not deny that I was worried when they Fortea hit that three to bring them up by 3 points in the
Yeah,
last few minutes.
69-66.
Oo, 69-66. Um, Alam mo yun, yung 2 points seems close enough, 3 points seems so far away. That's how I felt about that particular play. But Abadam goes down and hits a 3 point shot. Vic, you've talked about how other players should step up, and Earl has been doing it for the last 2 games. Talk about Earl a little bit and the guts he showed to make make that shot, or to even try and make that shot.
The quiver.
Uh,
Earl the quiver.
yeah, si Earl the Quiver. As I was mentioning lagi, make the best read possible on what the opponent's defense is giving you. Naka-zone si UP din, just like us. Kanina, due to foul trouble to their bigs, kay Gani and kay Francis. Um, we made the most out of it. Yun yung pwede kong masabi doon. We made the most out of UP zone. Ang dami natin nakuhang hindi lang yung inside baskets because of our set offense, but inside points because of second chance opportunities, kasi yun ang weakness ng zone, eh. Wala kang binabox out na tao. So it's important really for you na kumbaga double and extra effort sa rebounding, and definitely pag masipag ka, kung sa man-to-man defense, nakaka-reward na yan, eh. You get rewards on rebounding because of your effort, much more so pag naka-zone defense yung kalaban mo. And that's what we did kanina. Our kudos to everybody, not just bigs, but everybody. They made a conscious effort to rebound the basketball kanina. Even si Jacob, I saw him nakikipagpatayan kanina inside the paint, trying to get rebounds. As singit ko lang, as mentioned by Boston Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla sa kanyang preseason press con, I need 5 guys that will rebound. I don't care what your role is. I just need 5 guys to get the rebound so that we can get our offense going. That's what we did. So we maximized that. And yung mga outside shots kanina, I'm happy that we're patient on it. Kasi open yun, eh. Open yung kay Earl na na-foul siya ni Terrence. And then yung kanina, yung isa pang long two ni Earl na off his dribble, off the dribble creativity to have that separation to get that shot. Those were open looks. Even kay Doy kanina, I think si Brian yung kausap ko nun sa GC na it was a miss, pero sabi ko okay siya kasi that was an open shot. Dapat magkaroon, given that UP's playing zone or even man, once you're open, buo dapat, if you know you can shoot, dapat buo yung loob mo to take the shot. Kasi the more you hesitate, the more na you'll get into a turnover, or most likely you'll miss that shot. So kudos to everybody kanina that they did what they're supposed to do. Hindi man sila makaambag by getting touches and doing their own bahala ka na creativity on offense, but they did help in other ways, like kuha ko offensive rebound, kuha kong putback, and then pagka napasahan ako, open ako, I will take those shots. So I hope ganyan yung maging tema na natin from the first game ng second round until matapos yung season, kasi with how spread our offense is, that's the ganyan dapat yung itsura natin talaga na everybody contributes.
All right. I wanted to touch on one last thing you mentioned, Vic, about, I don't care who you are, we get the rebound. Voris's rebound and put back. Man, like, how do you explain that? Like, ano yun? Right place, right time? Na buenas lang ba siya? Or, I also think that the UP overcommitted their defense on the strong side. Ikaw,
Yes,
Vic, what do you
yes,
think happened
yes.
there? Yeah.
Yun siya, yun, perfect. That's what happened. Lahat sila naka-load kasi the way we run our zone offense, lagi may overload. That's one of the things that you can do when you're facing a zone defense. Mag-overload ka lagi so that when you do ball reversals, pag nag-swing ka on the weak side, may space ka lagi. That's why you try to overload on one side. And that's what happened talaga kanina. When I saw the overload, sabi ko dapat meron sa atin makakuha ng rebound. And hindi ko na maalala, yun nga, and it happened na si Boris yun. So sabi ko dapat meron makakuha sa atin ng rebound dito once someone takes a shot. Kasi sobrang luwag na nung weak side. And sakto si Boris. Lahat actually yun, right place, right time, and yung lakas ng loob, mental presence to do what is needed at that moment to get the shot.
Pardon
Sorry, my face.
gesture.
Nagulat ako eh. Yung mukha ko parang,
If you know, you know.
Kick off na, pre.
Hindi
Kick
na
off
kick
na.
off.
1-0 na pare. 1-0 na. To United. To United.
Sorry to fellow Lasal fans who follow Liverpool. Pero mahaba pa itong
No, we're not. We're not sorry.
Parang ano yan ah. Parang ano yan, Kian baklaan yan ah. Okay lang po, wag niyo siya i-bash, ganun. Parang ganun
Alright.
yan ah.
Pajama
Labas
no,
sa tenga. Labas sa tenga.
All right. Okay. So, grind out win. Grind out
I love it.
win
I love it.
by the Archers. This is exactly the win we need. I don't want to win by 20. I want to win like this. At least for now, ha. This is the one that will help kasi build character for the team. This is the one which is something we can truly build upon positively as the season progresses, especially now that we move into the second round. Now, we end the first round at 4-3. We lost to Ateneo, we lost to UST, we lost to NU. We beat FEU, we beat UE, we beat Adamson, who by the way just beat UST, and of course we beat UP. I think right now the only people whose predictions can actually happen is mine and Kiko. But that means I say pwede
11-3. Yeah. 12
lahat tayo
sa Kiko
11-3 yata eh. Oo.
So,
Ako lang
12
yata yung 13-1 eh. Ambisyoso
Oo.
ako masyado eh.
So there's a debate ongoing right now if I should switch back to my matatalo sila sa every game
Oo nga.
stance. So
Gumano yung ako ha. Sinabi ko nung
si Brian
Thursday,
gumawa niyan. No, si Brian.
I think we will
gumawa
lose by
niyan.
2 possessions to UP. So maybe, let's try it. Ako naman, yung tayo of the season. Pag hindi gumana sa akin, balik tayo kay Gio. I guess. Or Gio can do it with me. Mali mo, 2 is better than 1.
yeah, let's see.
Witchcraft is
Spice Girls.
strong.
Spice Girls yun.
So now that we beat UP, a contender, big win for us. Maybe I'll start with you, Brian. Do you think this is going to be the blueprint for the next few games coming into the second round? Meaning, what do I mean by that? In the first 6 games, we were playing full court press almost every game. Pagod na pagod yung team. Once in a while we get something, once in a while we don't. Today, we played a lot more disciplined. We played with a lot more plan, I think, and we intentionally slowed the game down. Do you think that this is going to be what's going to happen in the next 7 games as we try to, mount a good comeback in the second half of the season?
I definitely think so. And I think there's also an additional layer now that the team is playing more than them for themselves. They're playing for fallen brothers. They're playing for a community that's demanding, but at the same time can empathize with their plight. Sabi nga ng fans natin, di ba? What we really want to see is the boys fighting for every possession, fighting for every moment, playing their best basketball, and alam mo yun, not minding what's to come and just
Yeah,
focusing on the
totoo.
moment. And I don't want to take full credit here, but at the same time, as we are doing this podcast, may mga comments pa din that come in. So I'll mention one from James Paul Reyes, just commented on the reel. He said that, nothing against losing Mason and Kian. Pansin ko lang gumana na lahat ng mga naiwan na players. Mas gumanda rotation and mas naging specific na ang roles ng mga players. I guess this reflects that the situation right now is that yes, we lost two players, but we did mention in a few of our episodes that sometimes you only need 8 to 10 players, strong rotation, reminiscent of our 2013 championship run, coached by Coach Juno Soler, of course. So I think what happens in the past two games, what happened there in the past two games, you see more defined roles. And this will not be fixed roles. I think
Yeah,
with how
totoo.
flexible and fluid our players are, there would be some roles that will get switched. Of course, you cannot expect Jacob Cortez to play like Mike Phillips and vice versa. Of course, that's not the fluidity I'm talking about. But more on the glue guys, as I call them, the 3x3 guys, the wings.
Oo.
We
Yep.
know that they play similarly to each other to an extent. Of course, meron pa din different skill sets that one has and one doesn't have. But at the same time, their roles in defense, their roles in offense, babasahin yan ng coaching staff and they will react accordingly how to tweak the rotations per game. You cannot have a single approach per game. I
Yes.
think Zio and I learned that as Man United fans this season. But at the
Hindi,
same
hindi
time,
talaga.
you have to trust players to execute when they are hot, or you don't put players in difficult situations. If you know
Yep.
this player has been having the hot hand, go with him until maubusan siya. And then that's when you look for players who can make either similar or different impacts and play to their strengths. That's what I've always been believing this team will achieve it. If you put everyone in the best position to succeed, instruct them particular roles, and helping them commit to that role, then we will go a long way. Pero pag nalilito sila, hindi nila alam kung anong silbi nila sa court pag pinasok sila. I guess that's where things get really difficult, especially on defense. I think many of our fans have been critical of our team's offense, but natatakpan yung defense kasi sometimes you don't really need to score as much. We only scored 72 points. And some of our games this season, that would have meant a loss. But you have to play the game as it is. And I think that's how we played this game against UP. We just played the game how it is and eventually got the.
How about you, Vic? Like, um, first round assessment. Um, what do you think? Again, same question. Do you think that this is going to be a blueprint for the next few games? I want to, but before you answer, I want to reflect on two things. Number one, what if we play a game where we have a hot 3 point shooter? That's what happened against UE. That's what happened against Ateneo. How do you think the team will react to that? And the second thing I want to reflect on is Mark Nonoy. Remember when Mark Nonoy joined us? Medyo superstar-ish siya sa UST eh. But his role actually dropped to become a solid supporting member of the team, which I think was a very, very important role to do to get the championship 2 years ago. What do you think would be those two things at least in my mind? Like, how would you see the next round with those two things in mind?
Ako, given the lineup that we have, I expect to us play more zone pa rin. But hopefully, we'll see if there will be variation sa zone that we're doing kasi teams will eventually find a way to figure it out at some point. Eh. Pero I do expect us to play majority playing zone since yun nga we only have Mike and Pabs to play as the bigs and LeBron. And minsan pa naka si Bright if the ano pa the situation permits. So yun yung una. But then I still think it will be to our advantage since we have even though pag nagman to man tayo we look terrible on defense kasi ang dali nating nabi-breakdown one-on-one, ang dali natin naiiwan if our opponents try to get that much space and they have the room to operate. So, but then pag nag-zone tayo, I think we're athletic enough to do matchup zone to cover zones basically. So, yung meron yung strength natin, we will still be able to apply it even if we go into a zone defense for ano pa to majority of the way. But yun nga, binanggit ni Brian kanina, I also agree, hindi yan one size fits all every game. So it really depends on your matchup. And again, tama ka rin ulit, G. I will have to reiterate then if there are games na talagang hot yung shooting mo and then I would tingin ko naman papayagan ka naman ni Coach Tupix niya na sige, tira ka. If you can really hit those open shots but within the flow of what we're doing. Yun yung pinaka-important naman doon na hindi ka magmukhang bara-bara. You still stay within your system with what you're doing. I really like our tempo in tonight's game. Sobra ko siyang gusto na we try to slow the game down at times. We do calculated risk sa fast break. Pag kaya natin, we go. Pero pag hindi, let's do our half court set and see kung saan tayo nito pwedeng dalhin. Our zone offense also may room for improvement pa rin siya. And see where it will take us. Basta ano rito mentality, I won't mind having close games for the rest of the tournament. Binanggit ko rin naman na to sa inyo sa GC natin. I don't mind really if we win by 20 or win by 1. Kahit 1 point lang lahat panalo natin the rest of the way. I will be very happy for as long as andun talaga yung mas first and foremost the win, but second is we see that grit and grind mentality ng team natin na you won't score easy on us na mentality na matigas tayo maglaro and we will find ways in the end to get that game. Depende na sa effort ng mga players natin. It will be a concerted effort. Wala na talaga yung aasa ka sa ganitong player, aasa ka kay player A, kay player B, or kung sino man yan. It will definitely be a team effort from this point forward.
And siguro, and I just want to ask a question to both of you. And when I ask this, I'm gonna run to the toilet and pee very quickly. But bakit ba lagi tayo naiiwan on defense? It happened in the UE game. It happened today. It happened against Ateneo. Why do you guys think that this happens? Nakamute ka, Bri. Try mo ulit.
Sorry. Yeah, I muted. Marami palang nainom si Gio kaya siya nakikiti siguro. But I'll let Vic for this one. Then I'll follow up, of course.
Do we wait for Gio? Can I start?
Hindi, ikaw na. Yeah.
Okay,
go on.
I think ang nagiging natin, ako, tingin ko lang to, I can't speak for the team. Siguro we tend to rely that we have athletic bigs waiting behind. We have Mike and Pubs na medyo athletic. So, sige, if I know na maiwan ako, there's a last line of defense na papalpal or mag-iiba sa tira kung sino man yung sasaksak. But the problem for us was parang with ang nangyayari sa atin is that teams get creative when they attack the basket. Parang nangyayari ngayon is that it's either alam na nila yung strengths din nung dalawa na sige, pag nag-drive tayo, it's either we put pressure on them na we get to finish, tough finish. Kumbaga, they try to, ang tingin ko, they also try to practice finishing tough shots para it's either we finish a tough shot or pag nag-help si Mike or pag andyan na si Pablo, we do our extra pass, exit passes. And that's the problem, and it naging worse lang siya when our bigs got depleted. So ngayon parang hindi mo na pwedeng gawin yan kasi syempre Mike and Pabs, as much as possible, they don't want to get into foul trouble. Kasi mas mahihirapan tayo pag nag-foul trouble sila. So, they won't be that as aggressive as they wanted it to be. Pero kung dun sa mga past games natin, I think yun lang yung nakikita kong mentality na pwedeng makalusot sa akin kasi alam ko we have enough bigs waiting at the back na pwedeng sumalo nung binabantayan kong offensive player. Ako tingin ko yun lang yung ko doon parang too much of a reliance with our bigs na andyan sila dedepensa, so okay lang kahit maiwan ako sa dribble penetration.
All right. And I guess before my last question to you guys, just wanna remind everyone that this episode is brought to you by Ibarra Watches. Timeless craftsmanship, just like that fourth quarter defense from LaSalle, and just like an upcoming amazing second round where LaSalle will lose all its games. I am back at that prediction, which is important.
Baka mag-sweep Wala masama. Wala masama sa pahiyang. Wala masama sa pahiyang.
Let's try.
Yeah. And for the maybe Brian, can you explain this running gag that I'm doing? Balas yata pag ako yung explain it.
Yeah, of course. If you're new here, welcome. Last season, it almost worked to perfection. Gio predicted that we will lose in all of our games. Actually, this started season 86. After that Unity. I think that's when Gio started to be more cynical, like as a gag, of course. And it worked. We won all but one of our games since that moment, and almost worked last year as well. So we'll try it again. Just see.
Yeah.
Malay natin.
Kaya pangontra siguro sa kulam. Kasi may nangungulam dyan sa comments dun sa previous episodes namin. So, ito na yung antidote. Ito na yung albularyo magic namin.
Okay. Second round. Who do you want to see step up? Who do you guys want to see step up? I'll go. Maybe Vic, you go ahead. Of course, apart from Jacob and Mike, who do you guys want to see really take it to the next level?
Lahat. No. I'm serious. I cannot pinpoint to any particular player kasi kailangan talaga lahat. Hindi pwedeng kasi for sure sa hirap ng liga this season and sa galing ng mga makakalaban natin, for sure they will definitely take away first, second, third, fourth options that we have. Matik yan. Kasi this league is no joke. So, it's a cliche. Baduy pakinggan kung baduy, but seriously, lahat dapat mag-step up. Kasi the more na lahat mag-step up, it will be really, really difficult for our opponents to scout us. Medyo mahihirapan sila. Parang ang mangyayari na lang sa atin, pick your poison. And that's a good problem to have na pick your poison, ang dami pang pwedeng gagawa dyan. So sige, take away those options and we still have others that will help and do those things na kailangan natin gawin to win. So, yun. I won't name names, but lahat. I really pray na lahat ready maglaro. Just like what happened tonight, lahat mentally ready, mentally prepared, and matatapang lahat ngayon maglaro. And we did what we are
Matatalino rin, Bavik.
syempre. Kasi we did good reads eh. 'Di ba? So ang daming
Tama,
easy points inside.
matapang, matalino.
Oo.
Tapos wala na rin takot, no? Hiramin
Oo,
na natin
wala.
yung chat. Hijack na lang yung
Oo.
cheer natin.
Oo,
Hiramin na.
i-adapt natin 'yan. I-adapt natin 'yan for the second round kasi lahat talaga kailangan mag-step up.
Okay, how about you, Brian?
Well, I'm going to indulge the question a bit. Just for the sake of it. Siguro si Bright nuwang ko. I wish he can step up a bit more. He's not bad, actually. He's not doing bad. But I think whenever he'll be given minutes, as much as he has his impact on defense, I found it a little concerning that he's getting boxed out on the rebounds. I felt like if he gathered a bit more on the offensive rebounds, that could have helped us even more this game. But, okay, it's one game. I mean, it could be matchup or it could be just how he's also getting boxed out, and that may be credit to UB. But yeah, he'll get his minutes for sure because we are limited now, and he has his worth. I'm not saying wala siyang kwet. He has his worth. I just hope that he steps it up, and if he can contribute, let's say, a stat line of 4 points, 8 rebounds, or something like that, or just make it difficult for the opposing FSA to make an impact, that will be a good showing na for me. I think that's what most fans are looking forward to see from Bright. We're not demanding him to have double-double numbers. I think sobrang bonus na nun if we get that from him. If he can just do his defensive duties and rebounding duties properly, I think we can really go along with it. So I would single out Bright. But of course, I would also sing to Vic's tune. Pag lahat naman nag-step up, it will really make defenses guess who to focus on. Say everyone can make it, everyone can punish you. But of course, for us to get there, I hope Bright picks it up because he's been getting the minutes, he's been given the trust to make an impact. So I hope he makes that. And still has 7 games to go in the second round to make them count. Hopefully when it matters most. So Bright, come on, show that Naija spirit.
Sige, I'll indulge my question and say I would like Kines to get a bit more playing time and to step up. Oo. But mostly because there's no scouting report on him yet eh. Alam mo yon, like pwede siyang manggulat ng player eh. Alam mo yon, ng ibang teams eh. Which is what I'm actually looking forward to. Na if we get that chance, that would be really good. He was working really hard earlier during the shoot around. Parang most sweated na siya yung pinakapawis nga na player eh, which was really strange to me eh. So, I think with a little bit of time, he'll be able to, tawag doon? With a little bit of time, he'll be able to get a couple of minutes and perform a little bit better. So, that's what I'm looking forward to. Okay. We have a few more minutes, guys. Anything else you want to add on closing out the first round, beating UP? Sayang ng araw eh. Can't explain it eh.
So far. Masaya yung araw so far.
Yeah, can't really explain it eh. So, anything else you guys want to add before we end this episode?
Well, I would like to shout out, of course, all the fans. Again, like what we said at the start of the show. We appreciate our fellow fans. We're not necessarily fans of us. Some of them are, they say. But we really like that you enjoy the show kasi when we make it, we want to be as inclusive as it is. Diba? So, yeah, thank you and hope you like it again. And any comments you have, feel free. I'll look at it. Sometimes I share it to the guys. Minsan si Kiko sinisilip din yun. And the other guys, yeah. So, we have fun sometimes. Even if hindi kayo taga Lasal. May mga nagko-comment ka sa mga taga-Ateneo, So, it really shows that I think some of them even leave nice remarks, which I don't really know what to do with it. But yeah, I guess thank you. Yeah, shout out to all of you. And yeah, shout out to the team if ever they're watching. Don't pay too much attention to what we say, except for those encouraging ones. If you need pick-me-ups, we're not here to slag off anybody. Of course, we'll mention some keys to improve, parang ganyan. But of course, we believe in you. We believe in the coaches. We believe in the team. And we are fans. We really just make our mind. So I guess that's my shout out for today.
Yeah. Vic, I have one question pa pala for you. How many shots na si brought siya sa atin. May utang siya kaya hindi nagpapakita sa show natin eh.
30, 30, 30. Kasi ang ano yung ano counter natin nung tambak pa tayo sa Ateneo, yun yung ano eh. Yun yung counter natin. Hindi yung final score na 7. 30. 30 yun. 30 yun. 30. Yun yung ano natin. Yun yung, kaya feeling ko nagtatago yun eh. Kaya nagtatago yun kasi...
Nasa Timor-Leste ba? Nasa Timor-Leste.
Mukhang ano eh, balak ano eh, Arnie Tevez eh. Balak mang Arnie Tevez. Pupunta muna ng Timor-Leste. But yun, siguro to shout out. Siguro sobrang saya ng panalo kasi it came at a point sa season na we just want to win. We know what the potential of our team is, especially coming into this season and seeing what yung form natin now, parang yun nga, parang the mentality is just, sabi nga ni Al Davis is just win, baby. Yun lang. Just win. Wala na eh. Parang wala yung mga throw away the gravy or anything out of the window, kasi parang just be happy that we are here collecting as much wins as we can during the season. Kaya sobrang saya ko na on a stage like this, UP is not a basta-basta team, as we all know. They are also competitive, malakas sila. And at this point na we badly need the win to get our season going, and we were able to deliver. Iba yung, kasi for sure meron dyan same thing ulit, elimination round, LaSalle beats UP, and when it matters the most, may hirapan na naman, blah blah blah. But at this point of the season, we just need wins. So andun yung importance ng panalo this season compared to last season, na parang it's really angat ang UP and LaSalle, and so parang okay, sige, you get that win, let's move on to the next round. Now the storyline is different, so it's much more important for us to get this win kanina, kaya sobrang masaya.
Oh, yeah, and let's add, of course, and maybe we can mention this every episode, wishing Mason and Ian all the best.
Yep.
And if you have time, you can talk with us para mas informed yung discussion. It's up to you. When you're available and when you are able, of course.
Basta stay focused on what you need to do to get back at your best shape possible. Yun. Just don't worry about anything else. That the team has your back. Basta mag-focus kayo kung ano yung kailangan yung gawin para next season you're all on your best shape possible.
All right, so thanks for that, Vic and Brian, and thank you to everyone for listening to The Quiver. Don't forget to like us on our social pages. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and follow us on Instagram and all these things. Share us with your friends, your family, and we'll try to be as entertaining as possible. Approach us during the games. Of course, we'd love to be able to speak with some of the fans, and maybe get you guys on the show a little bit, and chat a little bit. Like we're not
Malay
don't
nyo.
bite.
Malay nyo, mag-guess kayo
Except
dito.
Oh,
Diba? Who knows? We are.
Malay nyo, mag-guess kayo dito bigla.
Yeah, we don't bite except for Willie. Stay away from Willie. Joke lang.
Tulis ng pangit.
Favorite si Willie eh.
Tulis ng
Favorite
pangit.
nga si Willie ng iba eh.
Oo nga eh. Oh.
My
All right.
Willie Bog.
All right. So thanks for watching The Quiver, and Animo LaSalle.
God.